Question I get a lot regarding turning the back to the Hekhal and the fact that it's haram to turn the back to the Hekhal during prayer. So people say, well, what about just in general? I mean, let's say the rabbi is giving a speech. Isn't he turning his back to the Hekhal? Or perhaps a person leaving the synagogue, isn't he turning his back to the Hekhal? That's allowed. Those things are allowed. What is forbidden is during prayer, when you are addressing God, that's when it's forbidden to turn your back to the Hekhal, because the Shekhinah is in the direction of the Aron HaKodesh. Why would you address God and turn your back to the Sifrei Torah, where the Aron HaKodesh holds the Sifrei Torah, right? Why would you turn your back to the Sefer Torah? We believe that the Shekhinah comes from the direction of the Aron HaKodesh. So what are you facing? The men's room, the ladies' room, like what is it that you're facing when you forward? You're forwarding now. So you say, I want to face that way. So you're in prayer. So you're facing God because you're praying. So if you're facing God and you're praying, well, where would be the appropriate direction to face? During prayer, we face the Aron HaKodesh. So by turning your back to the Aron HaKodesh, what you're actually implying is that you're not recognizing the Shekhinah, but you're recognizing some other entity. Minut. That's what we say every day in the tefillah. Leminim v'lemalshinim al titikva. Now, if I'm leaving the knis and I turn my back, that's okay. I'm not talking to God at that moment. I'm not praising God. I'm not speaking to God. I'm not making a request of God. So of course I can turn my back to the Hekhal because it's not done as a disrespectful action. It's not done implying that my prayer should be this way and not that way. That's not minut. That's just leaving the knis. If the rabbi gets up and he gives a speech and he gives his back to the Hekhal, again, he's not addressing God, he's addressing the Kahal. So because he's addressing the Kahal, he has to face the Kahal. In fact, to that point, imagine a rabbi who's addressing the Kahal and he turns his back to the Kahal. What would you think of that? This guy's really disrespectful. Is he crazy? Is he out of his mind? I mean, instead of facing the Kahal, he gives his back to the Kahal and he says, ladies and gentlemen, Morai v'Rabotai, I have the following Val Torah. You think the guy is Majnun, right? Because he's imagining that the Kahal is where he's facing, right? Instead of where they actually are. It's the same thing with the tefillah. If you're giving your back to the Hekhal, who are you addressing? Who are you talking to? That's called minut. So it's not a small matter to just turn your back and say, oh, it's okay. Now again, when the Mekubalim did it, and the Ali brings it in Shara Kavanot, they were not in the Bet HaKnesset. And when the Ben Ish Chai brings it, they were in the Hasar Bet HaKnesset. Why do you think they didn't do it in the Knis? That's the reason.